Hey, Marina, how you doing?
It's been a great week. How about you?
Great. I just found a study that was done by the Journal of Nutrition, Health, and Aging that found that over 46% of adults over 50 didn't get enough protein. That's kind of shocking, isn't it?
It is when you consider that we live in a country that's so affluent and where obesity is a huge factor. You would think we're eating enough food to get protein and everything else we need. I wonder why that is.
Maybe we don't know how to get proper protein. Maybe we're eating too much other fillers like sugars and carbs and not getting what our body needs, especially as we age, which is protein. There's a lot of signs that people don't look for, and they are fatigue. If you feel tired, well, probably you don't have enough protein. Do you feel weak? Weakness is a huge sign of lack of protein. Thinning hair is another one. Didn't think about it, but yes. And thinning nails as we get older. Wounds that heal more slowly, mood changes, and then the big one is cognitive decline. And that is why protein is so important. So how much protein do you think we need? Like, I haven't done that much study on how much we actually need.
Well, going back to what you said, I think you had me at all of them. But I'm really surprised because to me, those were things I would relate more to carbs. I'd be like, oh no, I'm feeling tired. Let me reach over for that little carb snack. I would honestly not be thinking, hey, bring on a chicken breast and put that on my plate. I'd be like, yeah, you know what I mean? I'd be like a little bit more of I'd pick up a muffin. I think about every time I'm fatigued, I do reach out for the muffins or the energy bar or the carbs, even when they're good carbs, like a complex carb. Surprise, that is really interesting. But it kind of makes you wonder though, what would Granny always be serving us, right? It's right? Home-baked cookies. Who can say no? I mean, it was never chicken wings.
Okay, so let's talk about protein because it's a very important subject, right? So why is protein important? Protein is important because you have to maintain your muscle mass.
Well, I definitely need to maintain what little muscle mass I have. And I know that as we age, that is something that is happening. We are losing our muscle mass. Even if we work out, we are going to experience a loss of our muscles.
So what is shocking, did you know that your muscle decrease by 3 to 8% per decade after you reach the age of 30? And then after 60, it accelerates rapidly.
You know, what's even more shocking is when you consider how little muscle mass some of us had to begin with.
That's it.
Could I be at a negative?
Well, the problem, loss of muscles lead to sarcopenia, which means loss of muscles. And it's scary. So protein helps us slow down sarcopenia, which is like sarcophagus. We don't want to even go there, right? So, and that is the loss of muscle, which is a very serious thing. As we get older, we get more frail and become thinner and the muscle disappears. So that's why maintaining protein is important. Do you know, did you done any research on how much protein does a person actually need as we age?
Well, Adriane, as you were talking, I was looking up my notes, and I remember a friend of mine who's a weightlifter was telling me the average person, if you wanted to know how much protein you needed, there's a formula you use, and it is 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of your body weight. Now, do you want to go on record and tell the world how much you weigh and tell me how much protein you would like?
Okay, yes. I weigh 138 pounds. So I did the math and translate that into kilograms, and that comes to 61.24 kilograms. So if I go that times 0.8, it comes to 49 grams. I need 49 grams of protein.
Okay, so getting 49 grams of protein, I would need more protein than you because I'm a little heftier than you, but I won't tell you how much because I would then have to kill you. So, have you actually calculated what that would look like in a daily menu plan for yourself?
Well, before we hit into that, I just want to point out, I read another report the Harvard did, and they're saying for people over 60, as we get older, we actually need more protein than 0.8. So
Oh my
try
gosh.
to increase it between 0.8 to 1. of your protein intake. It's not less, because most people think as you get older, you need less. It's actually more. You do have to start increasing that protein. So, yeah. What does that look like? If you go online, just Google what is one egg? How much protein is in one egg? You can Google these things. And there's all sorts of charts you can download. Actually, I downloaded a chart here that I have in front of me. These things are available anywhere. So chicken breast, one serving, about 25 grams. Lean ground beef, 22 grams. Salmon baked, 17 grams. Sardines canned, they're actually 26 grams, really, really big. And if you're a vegetarian, there is, of course, the tofu. Tofu is 21 grams per serving, and that's huge. And tempeh, nuts. Let's not forget nuts. Nuts is full of protein.
Greek yogurt is a good source of protein. You've got those dairies, but try making them a lower fat version is always better. And even milk. Can ice cream be considered a protein?
Well, I should hope so.
I'll have some bacon flavored ice cream, please.
Oh, is there such a thing as bacon flavored ice cream? Ooh.
Well, if there is, I want to hear from our podcast listeners.
We'll get a couple of tubs of that, for mentioning it. That would be nice.
So, so protein, I think one of the problems, I don't know if it's a problem. It's first of all, it's our mindset, right? We tend to reach for the easy snacks. We prefer those over the protein, but we need to focus on that. Protein is expensive. You ever buy protein shakes? They can cost you $70 for a good brand. I know you can shop sales. A good way to get to your grocery store and check out the meat aisles early in the morning. That's when they put out their reduced prices. And they'll do 50% off chicken or steaks and grab some of those and throw them in the freezer and then pull them out as you need them by the day. A good rule is to try to eat protein with every single meal of your day. And if you do that and you're mindful by downloading the charts as you suggested, or get an app like MyFitnessPal or countless other ones that'll help you track your nutrition, you'll be on the road to getting more protein and staying healthier as we age and we don't lose those muscles, because they're hard to come by when we are older. It's not that easy to build them to begin with.
No, and let's not forget our bones. Actually, protein works in conjunction with the calcium and vitamin D to help your bones, to keep your bones strong. I wanted to also mention is for some people who don't want to eat the meat and that, and they just eat little. As you get older, you don't eat as much. There's always supplements.
Yeah. Well, protein supplements?
Yes.
Like protein powders. And you know what? A really good one. Actually, I just bought some the other day. It's called the Cliff Bar, but it's the Builder Bar, not the one that you normally see at the grocery stores. They tend to be quite heavy. And they're like 22 grams of protein. So you break it up into something that could look like a little bit of Greek yogurt with some blueberries for breakfast. There's one source of protein, and then going into a lunch that maybe includes a can of tuna and a salad, whatever, chicken breast or some fish for dinner. And then a healthy snack with some nuts.
Yeah, or muffins.
What kind of, are these meat muffins are we talking about?
I love muffins. I do a lot of muffins.
Yeah. You know what? You can also make your own protein pancakes by taking a bit of the unflavored protein powder, replacing a little bit of your flour in your pancake mix, and voila, we have muscle-bound pancakes.
What a great idea. And I guess you can do those with muffins too, right?
Yeah. Wherever there's flour, throw that in. You know what I mean? Maybe grannies won't be serving up those plates of cookies anymore. They'll be serving up, I don't know.
Protein cookies.
Protein cookies. I love it. If you have any recipes on protein cookies or anything like that, send us the info. We'd love to share it. We'd like to actually try them out. Better yet, make them and bring them over.
Yeah. So bottom line, please make sure you get your adequate amount of protein. And protein, along with exercise, will help you keep stronger and will keep you younger longer.
And that's a good way to be when we go down that path of aging well.